A man from Royal Oak, allegedly responsible for the deadly shooting of his apartment complex maintenance worker, has officially been charged. Hello and welcome to Fox 2 News at 10. I'm Dave Spencer.
And I'm Hilary Golston. The allegations just chilling. The 32-year-old is now facing multiple felonies and was denied bond. Fox 2's Camila Miri has been working this story. She joins us now live. You described it earlier. I mean, what this guy allegedly did is just mind-blowing.
It's so brazen. We are outside the apartment complex here in Royal Oak, where people talk to us off camera saying they still can't believe this happened, saying this maintenance man was such a nice guy. Take a look.
Mr. Rockwell, would you state your full name for the record, for the court?
Nathaniel Joshua Olson Rockwell. I have two middle names.
The 32-year-old Royal Oak man formally charged with first-degree murder on Sunday. This was the scene on Thursday afternoon at the Devon Park Apartments off Crooks near 13 Mile. Investigators say Rockwell had gotten into it with another tenant. A maintenance man, identified as 65-year-old Gregory Hill, tried to intervene. The other tenant ran away and the suspect opened fire on the maintenance man, according to police.
Rockwell zeroed in on the victim as he attempted to enter one of the buildings and fired upon him multiple times. When his pistol ran empty, he returned to his vehicle for another magazine, reloaded, and fired additional times at the victim and pointed the pistol at two others who ran away.
Authorities say those two people were not hit by bullets. The suspect confessing to police.
As he described the shooting, Rockwell showed little to no emotion, put blame on the victim for involving himself in other people's affairs and not running away, and only offered an apology to his neighbors if he caused them fear.
And when it comes to motive,
Rockwell stated that he had been relentlessly harassed by residents in the complex and, coupled with feeling surrounded and harassed by the victim and the others during this incident, hit his, quote, breaking point.
During his arraignment on Sunday, the judge remanding him to the Oakland County Jail.
I'm not going to be able to be bonded out.
Not only is he not going to be able to post bond,
Listen very carefully. Just show up to all your court dates. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Do not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. And pick up no new criminal offenses. And you understand your bond conditions?
Yeah.
So a lot that happened today in court. Obviously, you saw all that in the story. Meanwhile, Rockwell said that he was bullied because he used to smoke cigars in his car, and he said people made fun of him. And that was part of what came out in testimony today, and that he said that he was just at his breaking point. But again, we're just hearing that the maintenance man was just a nice guy and just minding his own business and trying, of course, to stop something from happening. Meanwhile, Rockwell will be back in court on August 11th. Live in Royal Oak, Camila Miri, Fox 2 News.
Camille, I know you've been out there all day. Has anyone said that they've had any encounters with this person, Rockwell, in the past? Any indication that he's capable of something like this?
You know, people really not wanting to talk about this. We've had people come and go from the apartment complex when we were over here at 6 o'clock, not even wanting to be on camera, even when the camera's turned off. They said they didn't want anything part of it. They just wanted to be able to come and go. So obviously people are just very freaked out. Needless to say, this is not surprising, right? And just, you know, the glass is still broken where the shots were fired, so a makeshift memorial up. So I think people, it's a quiet apartment complex. I think people are just really still on edge and not really wanting to say much about it.
Yeah, Camille, the allegations are very disturbing. Thank you for that live report.
All right, developing tonight, Detroit grappling with another shooting, this one on the west side. One man has died and another is wounded. It happened last night on Stoughton Park on Linden Street and Auburn Avenue. Police say both victims are in their 20s. Officers went to the scene after getting a shot spotter alert. That's been very helpful. Investigators are working to identify the suspect and figure out why this happened.
We don't believe that the suspect and victim know each other. The victim was walking down the street. Somehow the suspect came outside and they got into a verbal altercation.
A man in his 30s finds himself behind bars after allegedly shooting a teen, then barricading himself inside his home. This happened Saturday afternoon near Mark Twain Street and Fenkell Avenue. Officers were able to track the suspect down at a home just a few blocks away. And then after a 3-hour standoff with police, he was arrested. Thankfully, the teen is expected to be okay.
New tonight, 2 teens are in police custody. They're locked up because they're allegedly tied to a string of car thefts. Detroit police say the duo may also be responsible for a possible carjacking. Today, the 14 and 17-year-olds were arrested in Hamtramck, and when they did, officers actually found a fake gun. Investigators tell us that in this case, charges are pending.
In Madison Heights, police want to find a not-so-Superman, a villain caught on camera robbing a comic book store. This was early Saturday morning at Comics and More on John R. He's seen with a bag full of books. We're told they're mostly graded books, which are pretty valuable. The total in the thousands of dollars here. If you have any information, please call Madison Heights Police.
All right, well, you've seen it before. Once again, Southeast Michigan is under another air quality advisory because of the Canadian wildfires, creating potential health problems for many, especially respiratory problems. You can see the haze over parts of Detroit and beyond. The advisory has been extended through tomorrow. According to the tracking website IQ Air, Detroit's air quality currently ranks 12th worst in the entire world. Yeah. Not a list you want to be on.
Some of us are feeling it. I can feel it in my eyes. You know, there's a little burning sensation. Sure. I get a little teary, not because anything sad is happening, but because of the smoke out there. But also the weather is quiet. Mm-hmm. You know, we had hazy sunshine today. High pressure is in charge of our weather. You can see it's quiet for Traverse City, for Chicago, for Indianapolis, out to Toronto as well. Take a look at the air quality alert through tonight and tomorrow for more smoke across the region. Visibility really tells the story. You can see where there is thicker concentration of some of the smoke, especially in the lowest levels of the atmosphere, even up around the Mackinac Bridge. They're dealing with some of that smoky haze. It's a little cooler up there at 64. Our number shows 72 for us, 63 in Port Huron, 66 in Lansing. On average, we'll get down to 61, a very comfortable night ahead. And take a look at what's coming up next. More air quality concerns tomorrow. There is going to be a gradual warm up this week, but mostly dry weather for the next 7 days. Hilary Dave, a full check of that 7-day coming up in 10.
Thank you very much, Rich. Here's some good news. A free event will take place for young people all across Metro Detroit. It's the annual Detroit Youth Summit.
Yeah, it's really a great event, and this year's theme is Soul of Detroit on the world stage. Fox 2's Ingrid Kelly has more on how all of us can get involved.
It's a summit about youth, organized by youth from the city of Detroit, because it's all about the future. And joining me now is Maria Franklin from Life Leaders. Maria, talk to me more about this summit.
So the summit this year, the theme is the Soul of Detroit on the world stage, and we're highlighting all of the significant contributions that Detroit has made to society and how it's impacted the world, from Motown music to civic engagement and mobility, and how the world Detroit put the world on wheels. And not only that, but what youth can do today to get involved and contributing to the next wave of what's new in the world.
This is free. This is for anyone who wants to be involved.
Right, so the summit, we're excited to welcome, we're going to welcome over 350 young people this year at Cass Tech on Tuesday, August 12th. Registration is open for 14 to 24-year-olds, and it's free to attend.
That's wonderful. And I've got two participants here. One is Derek. Derek, talk to me about some of the things that you've learned and you hope participants will learn at this summit.
Youth is really big in Detroit, and just bringing everyone together and providing new opportunities for them is really big. And I feel like that's something that all youth should take in.
And I understand one component of this summit is about the importance of voting. Talk to me about that.
Voting is really important. I feel like everyone should have a vote and get their voice heard. And I feel like really youth should get their voice heard. And I feel like every vote matters. Everyone counts.
Thank you, Derek. And Selena, you participated last year. What was that like for you, and what do you hope other youth get from this summit?
Honestly, I just want the youth to take away what I took away from the summit last year, which is that Detroit is just full of so much opportunity, like for small businesses, entrepreneurs. If you want to get into a skill trade, like there's just so much in Detroit, so much opportunity that the youth just don't know about. But the summit really just helps inform the next generation.
If you could say one thing to get people to register, what would it be?
Why not?
I love that.
Why not? Like, literally, what do you gain from not registering? Like, there's so much information that you'll gain from coming to the summit, and it's just important.
And for more details, all you have to do is go to fox2detroit.com. Back to you.
Already voters are heading to the polls. Early voting is underway in the city of Detroit. Detroit will whittle down the candidates for mayor to just two August 5th. on Tuesday. At stake, hundreds of millions for DDOT, but advocates say that's not enough. The gutting of the Land Bank Authority's budget, losing $826 million in federal funding. I spoke with several candidates about all of this. Take a listen.
One, you're going to make it safe for kids to get to school. You know, absenteeism is one of the biggest setbacks and hurdles to a kid progressing in school.
In order to keep the city moving forward, yes, we need a vibrant downtown, but the majority of our populations, again, they live in our neighborhoods.
We need a more immediate response, but we also need a more visible community approach to these things.
We have to market aggressively these areas that have for so long been neglected. And we do that through offering incentives.
What can we do more of to ensure that we are bringing justice for our family members, for our loved ones?
And those are just the bites. You want the full context? We're getting the full interviews up online at fox2detroit.com. And Monday, I'm going to speak with Joel Hashim, James Craig, and Reverend Solomon Kinlock.